Hello, my name is Shopaf, but you can call me Cake, and welcome to the next session of me trying to get competent at Dwarf Fortress. Last session we have had some problems with both our orders and my understanding of how the burrows work in connection to the monster slayers and in connection to the civilian dwarves. And I have done some research in between sessions, and I believe I have found a solution to both of those things. So let me quickly start with the problem of the manager's orders. What we have found is that they still had a problem of only being limited to 100 amount of drink, of which we now have over 400, and it seems that our bookkeeper dwarf isn't doing a good enough job, so I think I'll unassign his other jobs because he needs to catch up, or she, I'm not sure. However, despite being limited to the 100 drinks, they still just kept churning out the drinks. And the problem seems to be that I had infinite amounts of jobs lined up. And that seems to be something that some people say works as designed, some people say it's simply bugged or bad design, but regardless, what it would do is ignore all conditions, checked every day whether a job has been assigned, and if it wasn't, it would just keep assigning jobs. So what I have changed it to is, first of all, I redid all the orders, so now they have amounts. How that works is when the manager assigns the order, they check for the conditions, so say let's go to smelt native copper ore, and if we have at least one nugget and the amount of copper bars is less than 10, they will order 20 jobs to smelt copper ore. And that should keep a constant supply of the copper bars, which we then can turn into other things. So say when we then go to forge copper bolts, so we want to start forging 250 bolts if we have less than 25, so less than one stack, and if we have at least, this time, not at most, so if we have 10 or more copper bars, because we do still want to, say, smelt some more armor, or something that I want to do is make more crossbows. And if there is at least 10 bars of refined coal, or in this case charcoal, but it's needed to smelt the ores as well, and you can't forge anything if you don't have the bars that are smelted from the ores. So yeah, if there's at least 10 copper bars, and there's at least 10 coal bars, and we are running out of copper bolts, although I will actually change that amount to 50, so that we don't have a shortage of them, because they might use them up in a quite short amount of time. But we'll have, in that case, say, we drop down to 50 bolts, they'll make another 250 bolts, and we'll have 300 bolts in total. So I made pretty much the same kind of thing for the rest of it. Now, to make sure that we are sort of keeping up, because we now have one smelter and 2 forges, I believe we might not be keeping up with the amount of coal that's necessary. So what I will literally do now is just make a second wood furnace. That's done, and let's make another wood stockpile. So then hopefully they'll be able to keep up with the furnaces. That hopefully is taken care of. The next point of business was the whole issue of the monster slayers going into caverns. So what I want to do is actually employ a certain tactic that other Dwarf Fortress players have apparently successfully employed, and it is easily explained with a small 5-point plan. The first point is build a wooden door, and I will explain why in a moment. The second point is to surround it with traps. The third point is to recall all civilians to the barrow, because as we have found out, the monster hunters do obey the military alert, which recalls everyone to the barrow, so they will leave the caverns. Then we can block off the entrance to the caverns, so we can just build a drawbridge like we did at the actual fort entrance, so that they cannot re-enter the caverns. The fourth point, well, this is the fun part. Giant cave spiders are building destroyers, and what that means that they will seek out certain buildings, and in their case they love destroying wooden doors, which brings us back to point 1, and they will try to destroy it. However, from point 2, since we surrounded it with traps, they will fall into the traps, and from that we get profit, because we have caught our giant cave spiders. And then we can profit of their silk, because we can make a spider silk farm. Okay, so I will quickly get on that now, because I believe we do have some spare wooden doors. And actually, we have wooden doors here as well. So hopefully the sound of the spiders will go for them as well. So if we make a little drawbridge here, so I'll first make that one, so I don't forget about it later. There we go. This will be the bridge as open, and when it raises to the left, it will become a wall here, which will be impassable to everyone. There is a nice open space, so we can make the trap here. While the monster slayers are here, we will build that so they can defend our builder dwarfs. Oh, door needs to have an adjacent wall. Yeah, I'll just build a single wall. Okay, someone will have to drag the rock here, but we will wait for that to be done. And we can quickly go to our little experiment with the fountain. No, there's nobody sleeping down here. But we do need to get rid of this rock, so I will actually use the simple mechanic of being able to dump them. Because that means that the dwarfs just go and get rid of the rock immediately, rather than having to wait for them. Because if I want the water to flow, this needs to be clear. And now I want to get rid of these channels as well. So, remove ramps. And then we have our little area where the water should flow up into. Yeah, we have several dwarfs fishing. Now we will see whether this whole plan will actually work. I will need to designate this little channel here, all the way to the river. And then let the water flow. Okay, so the water is now flowing, as you can see. It's flowing down, and it might even be impacting our frame rates a tiny bit. The water has flown down the chute, down the hole, has flown across the channel, and is now flowing back up here, but is staying in this little room for some reason. I'm not even sure why. I guess it doesn't flow upstairs? I might look up whether that's actually the case, because that would be useful to know. But I can make a little fountain that way, and I love that idea. Let's actually see what happens when I channel down next to the stairway. Will it flow up to the surface, all the way up the channel? Because that is also a valid experiment. Okay, so we have a water level of 7.7, but we have an open space here, so the water only travels up one level? No, that's 2 levels, so it travels up here. This lower level, which is channeled, is completely filled up, but it doesn't travel the 1 level above, and I find that interesting. It stopped 1 level above, despite the fact that I technically could have filled this area here. Maybe if I mine it out, it will suddenly pop out and fill this area. Oh no. Marsh Titan has come, an enormous three-eyed bat. It has... Oh no, okay. This is actually genuinely terrifying, because we have nowhere near the amount of dwarves that can fight a titan. Okay, this actually might be devastating. Yeah, I believe I'll actually recall everyone, and as soon as they're in the fort, close the gate. And hopefully it won't get into the fort before we do that. Restrict everyone to burrows. And also restrict the burrow to not be outside. Currently painting, currently erasing. Okay, so that's all inside the fort now. Everybody back. Everybody back. Oh, okay, we have... It's going to murder our animals. What to do about that? If I could even at least find it on the map. Should I just assign every dwarf with a crossbow to the military and try to kill it? Oh yes, I almost forgot. So, just before I deal with whatever threat it is, I need to point out, because we had so many bolts here, and I was just worried that I'll just have to keep making more and more, because, yeah, it's like 300 copper bolts, 300 silver bolts, and I believe 300 wooden bolts, and then I added bone bolts as well, so that's like 1,200 bolts in total possible. I have made a little quantum stockpile for just bolts. The same as we have the one for stone here, I have made one for bolts that just feeds from these stockpiles. And just will actually quickly adjust it, because I just realized that I have not assigned it properly. I assigned on... We have 3 bolt stockpiles because I did it really stupidly. I will make a new stockpile link to take from this one, and a new link to take from this one. There we go. So now they can load all the bolts into the quantum stockpile. But now, I will need to quickly check whether all the dwarves that have the crossbows are in this military squad. But I will make a few more crossbows now. So I'll just order just directly from the forges, so that all the Marksdorfs can be armed. Actually, no, sorry. I wanted to make not copper crossbows. I want to see if I can make silver crossbows. Because what's the mechanic? That crossbows also act as hammers. They can be used as a blunt weapon in melee combat. And blunt weapons do more damage the heavier they are. So it's actually better to go with silver, because silver is heavier than copper. I think it's one of the heaviest metals in the game. Oh, but okay, so we can't make a silver crossbow. Okay, well, it was worth a try. Yes, that's the reason why I always wanted to keep the 10 copper bars at hand, just for an occasion like this. So yes, we have all dwarves that can be armed, already armed. Yeah, there's 6 of our dwarves and 1 monster hunter. And now, let's wait if the monster arrives, the Titan. And I hope genuinely that they can actually do something about it. Yes, I believe I can make them active now. There we go, I believe I can order them to attack when necessary now. And move to the cursor, and I wanted to wait at the entrance. There we go. And they should all move to the entrance. Oh! Oh no! It's already in the fort! How did I not notice that went into the fort? What happened there? Okay, this might be the end of the fort. Yes, select squads. And oh, there we go, attack. Want them to all attack this guy. But can they? Yeah, I believe that's more dwarves killed. Elite Marshals has been found dead. Ranger has been found dead. Where is this Marsh Titan? Here. And let's view its wounds. So it's barely wounded and it already killed several dwarves. Killed, killed, killed. How many dwarves do we have left? 29! Okay, so it has already killed, out of 76, has killed pretty much 50 dwarves. How is it doing? Almost dead, okay, so... yeah, still killing dwarves. Okay, still killing dwarves. How many do I have left? 13. Why didn't I close the gate? Why did I not close the gate? Yeah. Is anybody even attacking it? Probably not. So, the bookkeeper is still healthy. How many doors do I have left? 10. Can any of them fight? Okay. They're all dead. Beer dwarves are dead. 3 dwarves. Will it find them? But did it just go to sleep in someone's bed? Are you joking? So that's it. Okay, it's killing all the animals. If this was any other Forgotten Beast, but a webbed one, they might have even had a chance of killing it, but because this is a web beast, one that shoots webs, it can immobilize dwarves and then just immediately kill them. And that's the end of the story then. Maybe it'll just leave the map after murdering everything on it. And because it's a flying one, it can just fly over water. As you can see, it's just going up and down the levels. So, as you can see in the announcement, one of the dwarfs is still webbed. So we have... oh, the one spear dwarf, the one non-citizen is still alive. Once he's found. There we go. And I believe that's the end of the game. Yep, your settlement has crumbled to its end. Thank you for watching. Game over. I'll need to start a new fort. I might actually do it now because I want to see if I can just resettle the fort we have right now, because it at least has all the infrastructure already. But I can't believe, like, I have built the drawbridge to close off the entrance, and the one time it was meant to do its job, I forgot. I didn't close the entrance and the Titan got into the fort and killed everyone. I can't believe that literally happened. Oh, continue playing. Okay, just out of curiosity, because I don't know what will happen. I press no results found because the game has been... okay, so let's start playing Dwarf Fortress. I want to see if I can find it again. What happens if I try to go reclaim the fort? Will the Titan still be there? Because if not, I'll just start a completely new fort, brand new fort next in the next session and just go from there. /R. Yeah, Otandakost is our fort. So, let's see what happens when we try to reclaim Otandakost. Let's just use the easy start. I'm ready. So, yes, we are back at Otandakost, Mindfloors. Let's see what happens and if the beast is still there. Because I have never actually done this before. I have never tried to reclaim the fort that was actually dead. As in proper dead, killed off by a beast or by a raid or something like that. Okay, we're back. And there are a lot of... Oh dear. That is a lot of mangled corpses. That's also a lot of webs as well, but... Is there anybody left? Or, sorry, is the beast still there? Okay, so it seems that we are in the clear? Huh. Okay, that's interesting. The problem now for all these poor dwarves is that we need to actually make 70 odd graves. That's a lot of... There's a lot of clothes, some helmets. Oh, that's why the beast came from the caverns, like we were warned before. And everything ended... Well, it was pretty fun. Whatever else I will say. It was fun. I would blame that. Oh, because nobody went there yet, so we haven't discovered the caverns, okay. I want our hotkeys, and we still have our zooms, okay, that's fine. Guess let's get to digging some graves. As morbid as that is. I mean, I can make burial receptacles, I believe. Oh, is all the wood gone? It's not all of the logs, because the whole map just chock full with logs. So like even say these is there no... Oh, all the stockpiles got removed as well. But yeah, there were stockpiles of logs here as well. So yeah, we need to remake all of those. So all the bolts are gone. Yeah, there's some stuff left. Yeah, how do I unforbid them? Set building item properties. Yes, and reclaim. Okay, there we go. Basically I want everything on the map. Yeah, I believe we have all of the stuff now. All of the workshops should be reclaimed. I guess we should make other stockpiles as well now. Redesignate the quantum stockpiles. Okay, let's get the poor miners to start digging and designate this whole thing. Yeah, this whole thing can be the mass graveyard for the previous fortress. So let's dig it out as a square room. A big square. Someone else will be making the burial receptacles. We don't have a manager yet, which is annoying. Anybody even fit to be a manager? Oh yeah, there was manager. 52 and 52. So what are their labors? A crafter, a mason, and a butcher. Okay, so I guess the mason can be the manager then. But yeah, the game just said that when I would try to assign them that they have no relevant skill. So other skills. And nobody has an organizer. Okay, that's unfortunate. But still, we probably need the manager because I want 70, 80 burial receptacles. Assign them anyway. Assign them the office. And now that we have a manager, I can make a work order for rock coffin. So what's a wooden coffin? I'll quickly check in the carpenter's workshop. Oh, it would be a wooden casket, okay. So what do we have more of? Rock? We do have quite a bit of rock. And there's rock strewn all around the place. Yeah, so let's make rock coffins, okay. Plump helmets, let's see, okay, so they should probably only work this one tile at the moment. I mean, we have plenty of webs for spinning, so we don't even need to do anything with that. Fallow for all seasons, for now. Yeah, okay, so the other two fields can lay fallow for now, because we don't need the food. But what we do have is when a trading caravan comes, we'll be able to actually trade, because we have like figurines, and we have gold, and there's plenty of stuff. Oh, but that was a wild ride. That needs plump helmet spawn. They have plump helmet spawns. Oh, so they're all getting... Yeah, what was it? Webbed. Oh, did I set something to be melted? Because a masterwork has been lost. I think something must have been melted. I must have made the wrong designation or something like that, but... Cancel stockpile, item inaccessible. Needs plump helmet, item inaccessible. Oh, so they're webbed because they walked through webs. Okay. Let's assign all our animals to the pasture. So, ewe, ram, water buffalo, and camel. There we go. Do we know how much stuff we have? So yeah, all the food and all the drink has been lost. Why did it take me here? An ambush, really? Now? Or is it coming from below? Yeah, so this is the part of the game again. I think I mentioned it before, where I cannot set priorities for which tasks get done first, so they're all just hauling stuff. Ambush. Why is it zooming underground? I don't understand. Where's the ambush? Workshop profile. What do those do? Oh, I can do work orders from workshops as well. I can literally assign work orders to individual workshops. I did not know that. Instead of just having to do it manually or through the manager, I can... Okay, fair enough. But why does it keep... Is this... Oh, minus 46. Oh, so this... Yeah, this is the cavern layer, and there's an ambush in the cavern layer. Oh, I can't get to the cavern layers, so who cares? Also, one thing I do need to do is temporarily block off the caverns, so that nothing comes up from them until I'm ready to go. Yeah, I just keep getting the alerts for an ambush. It makes the game unplayable. So they can build some floor here, so it's much closer. I didn't find any tin or iron because, yeah, there didn't seem to be any tin. I think you were right last time, where it's a single biome and there won't be any tin. And I didn't even get to dig for iron because, like I said, the fort died. It got killed off by a forgotten beast. And of course it was a webbing beast, so they couldn't even do anything against it. Like, do I need to literally turn off hauling for them so they will get on with that construction? There is no thing like on the workshops where it says do this now, so I just have to rely on the AI. Like, he keeps saying cancel plump helmet, but they should have a plump helmet. Like, they have seeds here. Yeah, we have seeds. I believe there's only one farmer anyway, and they haven't actually planted any, so where is that alert coming from? Actually, what I'll do is I'll suspend this so they can go and build the floor, because that needs to be done as soon as possible. So he should be able to build the floor. Yes, there's an ambush. They're all thirsty. Yeah, they're all thirsty. Where's all their food? The stuff that they went to bring with them? Is there still a zone here? And there's a water source here, so they can always go and drink there if they want to. I chose the pre-prepared embark, and when we go to stockpiles, yeah, we have drink, we have some plant, we have some meat, we have seeds, and some other, which is probably prepared meals. So, why are they still thirsty and hungry? Oh, okay. We have ghosts. We have ghosts in our fort. Yes, relentless hunt. So they travel past acquaintances and relatives because they have not been properly buried. So as soon as we start burying them, I imagine that this will be laid to rest. Like, this needs to get dug out. Okay, let me quickly check. Okay, that's why they're not doing anything, because apparently the alert was still active, even despite the fact that this is a completely new embark, just in the same fort. Yeah, then now they will go down and start doing something. There we go, and they can move all the food, move all the drink. Okay, I did not expect that to happen. Yeah, because I have issued the alert to recall all civilians to the inside of the fort before the fort fell. So they were all in the barrow here. But apparently, when I embarked again, that alert was still active for some reason. And all the dwarves were just sitting inside the fort, because as you can see, this is where the barrow ends, they cannot go outside. So they were all just sitting there, not being able to drink, not being able to eat, not being able to get anything from their wagon. But why would the game even keep the alert if I just reclaimed the fort with a completely new set of dwarves? Section of cavern has collapsed. I mean, okay, and I can't see the caverns. Nobody went there from this expedition yet. Let's see how they're working. Are they building the floor yet? Yes, they have built the floor. What is this dwarf doing? No job. The rest of them are moving, and they are just the manager. Stonecrafter. Oh, because I have suspended the burial receptacles, I see. Let's quickly unsuspend them. Our mason can go back to work. Yes, there's plenty of maze dwarfs being found dead. Guess well, they are. Stonecrafter is making more burial receptacles. I guess we can start actually installing them. Although, why are none the miners? Let's go quickly to Dwarf Therapist. What are the miners doing? They're hauling instead of digging. They're miners. That's literally the one thing they're meant to do. Okay, digging or not, let's just start installing the burial receptacles. No access to coffin. Oh, because there's no stairs here. I need to build stairs. Construction and upstairs. Construction present. What did I do now? Yeah, there's a floor here. Remove construction. Can they even get to it? Remove it. Okay, so how did they get out of here if there's no downstairs? I mean, there was a dwarf here and then they went up. This is truly confusing. Okay, I'm not even sure what I did here because, yeah, I just built a floor. And now I can't remove it because there's no access down there. Okay, let's just dig a new stair, I guess. They're not digging anything. Despite the fact that they have access to this one because the miners, I guess, are still hauling. One's drinking, once filling pond. Yeah, but I want you to dig. You can access this. That's accessible. The game is really not making any sense right now. And what, I'll just dig a completely new set of stairs because I'm not going to just bother trying to figure it out. And the miners are still not going to mine. What if I forbid literally every single job from them? Will you start mining now? Or is there just something literally wrong with this? Now that I've turned off all the other laborers, they have mined out this bit, and they are starting to mine this bit. So I'll go back to the Dwarf Therapist, turn their laborers back on, and see what happens. Now they just kind of reset that they're going to mine now. Okay, so they can mine out the stairs. Yeah, I'll cancel all of these designations actually, because if we can't do it around the central stairway, then there's no point in doing it symmetrical or like that. What I will do instead, I'll start from here, and I'll just dig out a whole little cavern here so that they can go there and bury their dead. So say if I want to go every second, and we need 80 coffins, and we go every second this way and every second this way, so that will be 1 per 4, 320 spaces. So let's make it 400 spaces, so 20 by 20. There we go. I'll dig just one more set of stairs here, so we can access this cavern again. Okay, I believe I'll deal with that in the next session, because it's about time I was finishing. This has been a bit of a disaster, not even because the fort fell, but because of all the issues with trying to get it running again, like floors blocking off access upstairs and stuff like that. So I'll try to figure all of that out. I'll read up on it before the next session. But now I will bid you all farewell. I hope you have a nice day, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye!